Everyone, hope you're all having a great day. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to become an entrepreneur. I'll share my story with you on my journey in entrepreneurship and self-employment, doing the things that I love, making money while doing it, and also talking about the things that you need to become a successful entrepreneur. So I'm going to start off a little bit with my story. Since the age of 12, I've always had and always created my own jobs, whether it was teaching in some form. So I used to be a piano teacher, a swim teacher in high school, a tutor, a babysitter. At a very young age, I wasn't working for an employer. I was creating my own job and my own schedule and creating my own clients and customers. And for the past, I would say for the past 20 years, I have been self-employed. I went to university, I have a degree in economics, and I thought I wanted to work in the corporate world or the government world. Gave it a try and it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like it really just didn't, something didn't sit well. I enjoyed the people, the companies were great, but the job itself, I felt like I could challenge myself a little bit more. So after university, I quit my government job and I just fell in love with the health and fitness world. So I decided to take my personal training certification. I applied to several local gyms and one of them decided to take me on as a trainer. Even though I didn't have the experience, I clearly remember the owner saying, "I really like your energy." I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later on in the video, the importance of attitude and energy, even if you don't have the experience. When I was in my early 20s, I was working as a trainer. I was motivating people to get their health back. I had just gotten my health back from struggling. And I really always enjoyed working with people. There's some people that enjoy working with computers. They enjoy working with, their hands, building things. I just really always connected with people and I always felt like I needed to somehow connect with them. Kind of like what I'm doing with you guys here on YouTube is I am connecting with you. You guys are leaving me amazing comments and feedback and I just really like that interaction. I was doing the personal training for a few years and then I realized, this is very piecework. It's a service-based industry, so the income really depends on the client and the person that you're training showing up to the session, making sure that they pay, because if you don't have that training, if you don't have that client show up, then you don't get paid. So I thought, well, what else can I do on a bigger scale? Because I was making about $40–50 an hour and it was great, but I wanted something on a little bit of a larger scale. And I remember when I was in elementary school, I always loved going into homes, looking at houses, looking at the decor, and just really kind of analyzing price points and the deals and all of that. In my mid-20s, I decided to take the real estate course and become a real estate agent. And again, that is not a 9-to-5 job. You're not working for someone. You are completely self-employed and working for yourself. So you have to go out, find your own buyers, your own sellers, and make the transactions and close the deals. There's no one really to help you out unless you're part of a team and they will take a higher percentage. But I said, okay, I'm ready for the challenge. I always love challenges and I love people, I love homes. Why not work as a realtor? So I have been doing that for the last 8 years and I absolutely loved it. And now that I am a mother, I'm sort of taking a bit of a break from that and focusing more on YouTube and social media and just creating my own business that has residual income coming in. Because again, real estate is a very service-based business. You only get paid if you sell the home or if you find a home for the buyer. So it's really dependent on you and it's not an indirect form of income. That's sort of my journey, and I always had a YouTube channel on the side. Like I always created videos part-time and I absolutely loved it, but it wasn't something I was really serious about. And now I've really decided to take it up to another level. Talk a little bit about how to help you become an entrepreneur and things to think about if you're thinking about going into entrepreneurship or working for yourself. The first thing is you have to be okay without a paycheck for a little while. money is not going to come in right away. You have to be patient. So even when I was in real estate, I first started, it took a few months to get my first transaction, and it was actually a rental deal. So it was only a few $100s that I got, but it took time. You have to build, you have to build your website, you have to build your image, think about the service and the value that you're offering people. So you have to be okay without that initial income coming in. And if you have savings, that's great. Save up a little bit so you're not too stressed about money, or take out a little bit of a loan just to help you get through that initial gap. The second thing is that you have to be self-motivated. You have to wake up and be able to make your own schedule, because there's nobody who's going to be telling you what you have to do every day. Just like, these 9-to-5 jobs where you have a boss who has tasks and things for you to do. You have to create your own daily schedule and make sure that you can be as productive as possible and really maximize your time. Third thing is that you have to be okay with risk-taking. You're going into self-employment, doing your own thing, working for yourself. That's a huge risk you're taking, financially, because you don't know when you're going to get that first paycheck or that first client or even that first contact with someone or the company or whatever your goal is. So you have to be okay with uncertainty, and that requires risk. And again, I'm going to do a separate video just talking a little bit about how to build that confidence in order not to let that fear get in the way of having the lifestyle that you want. The fourth thing is that it really helps to have a mentor or someone that you can look up to, or that is already successful in the industry that you're thinking about getting into. So when I first started in real estate, I actually worked in a team, and I had a broker that would show me around, and I would shadow and follow and just watch for a few weeks of the day-to-day schedule and how his day-to-day went, just to get an idea of what to expect. Because you may think that you want to get into a certain industry or do your own thing, but when you realize the things that you have to get involved in a day-to-day basis, those are things you may not enjoy or may not like. So it's always a good idea to shadow or just ask anyone who is already in the field to see if they can talk a little bit about the pros and cons. The fifth thing you need to have is patience. A lot of patience, because like I mentioned before, things are not going to happen right away. It could take a few weeks, a few months, even a few years for things to really start rolling in and for your business to get to a new level. And it takes a lot of patience and just a lot of confidence that things will come as long as you're consistent and doing the things to get you to the next stage. The sixth important thing is look at who you're surrounding yourself with. Are you surrounding yourself and spending a lot of time with people that don't support your ideas, that are not encouraging, or that are doing things that are completely different? Or are you choosing to surround yourself and meet people that are in the industry that you want to get into and really have that same energy and that same motivation as you? There will be days where you're going to wake up so frustrated with either a client or just a deal not going through, or maybe, whatever it is that you're building, something is going to go wrong. You have to be prepared for that. It's almost inevitable, and it will happen quite often. And to have people or that group around to help bring you up on those days or just keep you going, keep that motivation up, is crucial. The seventh thing is you have to be okay with rejection. And that takes practice. The only way you're going to get better at that and be okay with it is if you get rejected many, many, many times. On top of real estate, I've done a lot of acting and modeling. And that's been a side gig. And audition after audition, I have gotten rejected from producers or casting directors. I didn't take that personally. I took that as a challenge, that every time I would go in and try something, or have to put on whatever character it is, I would take it as a challenge, and I would never take those rejections personally. That is one thing that you have to practice, and the best way is just to get constantly rejected. The eighth thing is believe in your capabilities. So regardless of what people think, what people say, you have to completely block it out and not even think about it. Don't care what others think. Focus on your energy and the value that you want to bring to your customers, to your business, to whatever it is that you are trying to build, and you know, the lifestyle that you want to live. Because at the end of the day, everyone has their own life. They don't care about you. You have to focus on the people that matter to you and on, you know, maintaining that balance within your world. And the final tip I have is just start. A lot of times people are hesitant to just start or to do something because they're scared that they don't have the perfect equipment, or they don't have the right website or the right logo or the right website name, you know, whatever it is. Just start something and you'll see it. Everything will build and build and build, because the more you wait, the more time you're wasting, and you're not gonna get to where you want to go. So my newborn just woke up, so I just have to feed her. Hope this video helped. If you have any questions on starting your own business, becoming an entrepreneur, or just becoming self-employed, leave them in the comments below. I have a lot of experience, so I can definitely help answer some of your questions. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!